through the top and technically through the crater?
Well, it's kind of hard to breathe at the top. It's so high. And when you're at the top, you can actually see the Earth curve. That's how high it is. Yep.
What? Yeah, whenever it rises, creates an avalanche, or does the magma melt?
That's a very good question. Scientists have predicted a coming eruption at Mount Rainier, and its crater is packed with so much snow and ice that when that magma reaches the summit, it will melt all the snow and ice and cause a mudslide. So, any other questions?
When do they think that the next eruption will be?
That's a good question. I'm not quite sure, but they say that it will be sometime in the future.
Wow. Do scientists predict that Mount Rainier is almost going to become an extinct mountain? Did it sound before?
Well, since they're predicting an eruption, it's probably not going to be extinct.
No, like I meant after the.
Oh, well, they can't really predict that far into the future, but it could. Jay?
How tall can a volcano be?
Very good question. Any height, I guess. Yep.
How does a volcano underwater erupt?
Well, it can still erupt, even though it's surrounded by water, but when it does erupt, it can add a layer of lava to the volcano and make it a volcanic island.
After a volcano erupts, how long does it take the lava to cool off?
Well, that's a very good question. I'm not quite sure. I guess any time.
How hot can a volcano get?
Well, the lava, when it's exposed to oxygen, it's usually at about 2,300 degrees. But when it's under the Earth's crust and it's not exposed to oxygen, it can be even hotter. Ethan?
How are volcanoes
Volcanoes created? Well, if magma reaches its way to the Earth's crust, sometimes that spot might be weak, and the lava comes down and forms a volcano. Gregory?
Which volcano did the most damage?
Did the most damage? Well, Mount Vesuvius in Italy in 79 AD. It buried 2 villages in 65 feet of mud and ash. 2,000 people escaped from the villages, but the villages had a lot of people, a lot more than 2,000.
How does the volcano hold the magma? How does it stay hot in there?
Well, because it's not exposed to oxygen, which will cool the lava down quicker.
Yeah, and the deeper you go into the earth, the hotter it
And it stays inside of the earth, which keeps it warm.
What happens after the volcano erupts? What happens to the land?
If there's any trees on the volcano, they would of course burn down. And if there are many people living around the volcano, they have to get out of the area as fast as they can before the volcano erupts. Okay?
Isaiah, you should be a volcano.
That's what I want to do.
You really need to look into that. So you have a passion for that for sure.